Very nice. And then with that, I also want to talk about a game that pretty much all of us get input on. I didn't want to just talk about this myself, but we've been playing in general. Shout out to Marc for getting us the keys in general. Also shout out to Riot for even allowing people to play this. We all been playing Valorant Console Edition on our various consoles, PlayStations and Xboxes. And Marc got keys, and everyone who got keys also got like 5 extra beta keys to give to their friends. So he hit us up and was like, hey, I got in. Who wants to check it out? And we're like, I'll play. So we've all been playing Valorant. I've been playing Valorant truly for the first time. I've checked it out before. Alante and Marc, you guys have played. Oh, actually, Brendan, did you play it on PC before?
Yes, I played it on PC for maybe all of like an hour.
Okay, so we've all played it on PC before. I know, I think out of all of us, I think Alante probably has played it the most on PC out of all of us. But the fact that we can now play Valorant on console with a controller, isolated servers for console players, so you're not mixing it up with the mouse and keyboard cracks over there. But it's cool that they announced this. I want Riot to start doing this more with some of their games, since they've been trying to do this push where they want to basically have most of their games from their ecosystem in every single possible playable way. I'm pretty sure they're going to probably do this with 2XKO too. But
I mean, 2XKO was already announced to come to console.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
It kind of like games like ConMentary kind of have to come to console.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And at least be crossplay like our Street Fighter.
Yeah, but it is cool that Valorant, a game that was initially primarily mouse and keyboard, which obviously it's one of those precision tactical shooters, kind of like Counter-Strike, kind of like Siege. But now people that can't play mouse and keyboard like me are now able to play this, and I've been playing it a little bit this week. I've been doing some regular Swift matches, because those long ones are fucking long as shit. We've also been doing Team Deathmatch on Marc's streams and also just throughout the week. And in addition to playing it, I've also been watching the cinematics for the world building, learning about the characters in the world, and damn it, I think I like Valorant. So I'm just like, shit, I like Valorant.
This game is, well, the game was already fun, because I got to this before I even started touching CSGO, which is pretty ass backwards.
Honestly, I remember playing CSGO back in like high school, and then I somewhat enjoyed it.
Someone just kept fucking installing it on all the computers, fucking flash drivers and shit.
Yeah, so with my whole thing of it is that Valorant was fun. It was just always hard for me to keep up with like the ADHD riddled crackheads. me being ADHD riddled. But like just like the Twitch shooting, I'm like, yeah, I could do that, but sometimes I'd rather play a controller, because whenever I have like an FPS option, it's just like more of like, hey, does this have controller support? I'd rather be comfortable than be good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. See, it's funny because I can actually speak for now on the other half of that, because I went from every FPS being mouse and controller to when I got my PC, swapped over to mouse and keyboard. And when I first heard about this come over the console, I'm thinking, how the heck is that going to work? The game is way too twitchy. That's way too precise for you to have to try to switch over the console. But damn, they did a really good fucking job with it.
I mean,
if you're used to,
go ahead. No, you can keep going.
I'm gonna say, like, because if you're used to playing the mouse and keyboard, you already know how you have to be so fucking exact with your mouse placement. Because it's like, it's literal pixels can make or break you.
Yeah, it's literal milliseconds. It's literally down to that wire.
Yeah. So when I first found out about this, and there was a little bit of aim assist, which again, if you're used to playing on mouse and keyboard, you can definitely feel that.
Uh-huh.
It's not super aggressive though. That's the thing.
You can still whip your shots easily. It's like okay, we know that we're gonna nudge you a little bit, but it's nowhere to the point. Like, I mean,
so
it's like
one of the heads on mouse and keyboard.
Yeah. It's like if you that's why, like, what they said, like, it would not be able to cross, even if you, like, because with the precision that a lot of players and like the swift movement that you can have on mouse and keyboard is already leagues different from like the aim assist that you get from for playing on playing on console. It's a hell of a lot different, but they did a really good job with it, and honestly, it's fun. Mm-hmm. It's still fun if you still know what to do. I ain't gonna lie, you kind of know what to do by Valorant. You already got a little bit of a leg up. But even if you don't, because like I said, David, because using David as the best example, never playing like a twitchy shooter, definitely playing like Valorant for like, how long did you play Valorant for, David?
On PC, probably an hour. Not long at all.
Yeah.
Probably like 30 minutes to be honest, knowing David.
Oh yeah.
So like you say, like maybe 30 minutes to an hour. And by the time we finished the first stream that we did on Marc's stream, he was already getting like a positive KD of, I think what you were like averaging around like 17, 20 kills a game.
I do
like,
pretty alright when I actually give a shit. Yeah, do a lot better than I did on mouse and keyboard, that's for sure. Because mostly because my reaction time isn't fucking halved, because I can't move and react properly on mouse and keyboard with WSD and fucking all that other stuff. My hands be cramping and all this other things.
See, if just a little side tangent, I always believe that there is no better option, because like some people excel more with mouse and keyboard, meanwhile some people are a lot better on controller. One has its advantages to the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a lot of, especially if you want to look at it on a grander scale, there are a lot of really like top tier COD players that play on controller.
Yeah,
and a lot of it's due to like controller tuning and aim assist doing a lot of the extra work, versus like of course keyboard and mouse there is no aim assist. That's just down to pure reaction time and of course calibration and tuning of your sensitivity, and there's a bunch of other fucking aspects in there. And if
even then you could turn aim assist off.
Exactly.
Like I'm one of those people that turns off my aim assist in most of my first person shooters, so that way it's just like, hey, I want to train my ability to assess the situation, aim, and shoot. If I whiff that shot, that's because I wasn't composed enough, or I didn't take the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now I will say this is that one thing I definitely felt was really to my advantage was actually using one of my pro controllers, just because I can remap my buttons on the back.
Mm-hmm.
So the button layout's kind of scuffed because one of your abilities is mapped to I think B is mapped as an ability, and the left thumbstick is mapped as like crouch. I'm like, let me swap that, and on top of that, let me map my ability back here.
Yeah, this is definitely a game that would benefit from Elite Controller.
And of course, having extra buttons, I can just like swap everything, need to do it on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
So there's
and
on the sticks.
I love the fact that bumper jumper was an automatic option, and I already felt at home.
Yep. One thing I also will say about this is Valorant is, if you're a person who likes playing FPS games, like even if this going with something that's basic as Call of Duty. If you like playing Call of Duty, I think Valorant is, especially for console, is probably one of the best games to go by teach you, because it teaches you trigger discipline. Because a lot of people, they like to sit down, they like to hold and spray and pray. This one teaches you to reset your reticle if there's recoil. Mm-hmm. So you shoot, it honestly, it's just a good. I feel like this is probably one of those games where if you get deeper into this, by the time you finally go back out and play like other like console,
you're gonna be a little
FPS games.
You're gonna be a little bit superior.
That's the good thing about games like this and CS:GO is that it teaches you the fundamentals of how to use your weapon. Like in the tutorial for Valorant, it tells you, hey, be sure when you're firing, your recoil is likely going to kick upwards. Be sure to counteract that recoil by going downwards. And like you doing that, and of course you using burst fire or single tap fire will guarantee a more consistent accuracy, as opposed to, like you said, Alante, fucking pulling the trigger down, spraying and praying. Because I gotten killed many times in game because I didn't control my shots. I just let the bullets fly a little too long, and then the bullet spread was just like missing the shot, missing the target, left, right, and center. Which one thing which was available on console is aim lab, where training ground, because it actually has the weapons and the weapons and targets tuned for specific popular games. Like Valorant, like Overwatch. So
I always
and like mess around with it and get a good feel for it.
I always also tell people like, hey, take some time to actually go to the training grounds and try out every hero. Like no two heroes feel the same.
Even though everyone has smoke and clouds of some sort, they all play a little differently.
They have like some people have walls, some people have smokes, but not all smokes are created equally. Like take the dude I like to play.
Phoenix, right?
Harbor.
Oh.
Harbor, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I like playing Harbor. He has one of the, in my personal opinion, he has one of the best domes / clouds in the game, because it not only covers an area, but it also blocks shots. So you could use that as cover to be like, okay, I'm gonna drop a dome here. I'm going to use it to either go in or go around. People are going to try to make judgment calls off of that. And then, of course, you got people that will try to shoot the bubble, but hey, now you're giving yourself away to the enemy.
I love using Breach, because Breach is like, oh, hey, I have this fucking laser that goes through the wall. So if you're not careful or not paying attention, you will get got. And he also has like a good crowd control with like his earthquake ability, where I can just damn near send it full map and stun people and slow them down to get the advantage. That way, like if Marc gets to jump on somebody, then I have them stunned, I have them slowed down for him to react and take them down.
I mean, KO is also another fun one.
Yeah, I really do like the not only just like the playstyles of the characters. Like for me, I think just based off my personal playstyle, I really like Neon, who's pretty much just her ability, she can run. That's like the main thing. So she can pick up the spike, and then like if everyone's on one spot, I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to the and just fast as hell run to the other spot to plant. Or if like I was in one spot and then something happened at the other one, I can just immediately just run to the other spot. Also, I think I'm pretty good with, or I want to get to use the girl with the claymores and the grenades, the paint stuff. Yeah, I want to use her. And then also a guy named ISO, who's like, he has an ability where he can add he can absorb one shot, and then he can also, if he kills someone, then he can get that shield back. And then also his ult is just a 1v1 domain, which is fucking stupid. Yeah. So that's really
domain expansion.
1v1. Yeah. But also, like, one thing for me, like, since we were talking about, like, this game teaches trigger discipline. For me, since it's more of a tactical game at its core with, like, the planting and stuff, it's the pacing of the game where a lot of it is based around sound cues. Like, if you're moving, like, if you're walking, they'll hear your steps, so you have to move a little more cautiously. You have to definitely get a sense of the map layout and map knowledge, so you can know like what angles people will have on you, what areas people can approach from, and things like that, or how your specific abilities actually can benefit based on what map you're on, and all that other stuff. You actually got to talk to your teammates for the most part. You can play with no comms, but it's like definitely in a game like this, you should be talking to people.
So David, you know what's even crazier is that you guys were saying like, oh, these characters aren't built for team deathmatch. Meanwhile, I'm seeing people take a lot of these recon characters even in team deathmatch, or they just take their time, and they're the ones that are dominating the field rather than the initiators or the duelists. Mm-hmm. You got the people who are surveying, like, okay, I got a camera set up here, I got a trap set up here, boom, 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 boom. What's next? Yeah. And what we all kind of misunderstood team deathmatch, where it's just like, oh, okay, this just lets us feel out for the characters. No. This lets you feel out the game entirely. And allows you to maximize your character's abilities at no cost, and yet lets you get a feel for the guns and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Feel for the guns, feel for the ults. Especially like, because when I first started playing the game, I started playing as two people played this all the time was Brimstone for smokes and playing as Silver for recon, because I wasn't good at being an initiator. So just kind of sitting back, blinding, setting up blind spots was always kind of my. But TDM is definitely a good way to get in there. Just feel the game, figure out how it works, figure out trigger discipline, figure out what character does what, how their ults work. It's honestly, TDM is a good way, but play the game. Game is fun.
Yeah, and if you just started checking it out because of the console beta, I highly recommend checking out the cinematics. Like, go to the Valorant YouTube channel, go to their playlist, go to Valorant lore, and then that's like a whole playlist of basically every single season cinematic, every character story-based cinematic, the music videos, and all of that, and it just goes chronologically down the list, and then you get caught up to where they are now. So I think they're on season like fucking 8 or 9 or something right now.
David.
Yeah.
So it's funny you mentioned this, because I know another YouTube channel as well, Sir Jeppy. Mm-hmm. He does he's done a lot of character breakdown lore on Valorant, on Siege, and breaks down the characters and everything in between. Alante, what, huh? What's going on? Why y'all chugging?
Why you worrying
It's
about it?
just soju. Don't mind your business.
You know what?
Oh yes, Mark and his patented glass
Yes, it's purple.
We
But yeah,
love
no,
lean. Anyway.
Sir Jeppy is also a good channel to check out if you want to hear like character lore and him like break shit down.
Yeah.
I used his channel a lot back when I worked at Amazon to do these things.
That's one of the main things I like about games. This is the main thing I've been talking about with games that keep trying to do game as a service, with team-based games or games with characters that they expect us to give a shit about. At least with Riot, when they make an original IP with a game that is clearly in a space that already exists, like when they came into this whole Counter-Strike tactical space, Rainbow Six Siege space, they had characters. We're like, okay, who the hell are these characters? They have cinematics to back that up. Then they have voice lines, lore, all this other stuff incrementally over the course of time. And then even if you're just jumping in fresh like the console players are, like I am, I don't know who anyone is. I go in, first I go off aesthetics, then I look at their character bios and I'm trying to get a feel of who they are. Then I'm watching the cinematics, now I'm seeing that character, seeing how they act, what their synergies are with other characters, personality-wise and stuff like that. And now I'm getting more of a connection with not just the way the character plays, but even if I don't play this character, I still fuck with this character on a level where I just like the character in general. Now I'm buying merch. Now I'm in there. Now I'm watching the esports league. You see where the fucking slippery slope is? This is why games like Foam Stars, all these other games that just come out, they're like, hey, here's characters that we want you to care about, and also here's a $40 skin for him. Fuck you. I don't know this nigga. I don't know these niggas. What the fuck you want me to do? Who are these niggas? So like Riot definitely with everything they've been doing with fucking love that video. What they've been doing with like League of Legends and also extending into Valorant is just building a world that is so good and has so many little bits and pieces in there that'll just bring people in. Even if I stop playing Valorant, I'm gonna keep up with the lore of Valorant because I'm kind of in on this shit now. So I like it. I dig it.